Hello and welcome to another episode of Space Engineers. As we have just returned back from getting a bunch of bauxite at the bauxite mine, it is 27 kilometers or so from our base, which is not too bad considering that I can just let my ship go over the water without having to steer very much. I just get there. There was a couple interesting events where I had to dodge a ship and like a boat and an enemy aircraft, but they didn't spot me and I got away. So I got away scot-free. But now I have bauxite, which means I can make aluminum, and a bunch of it too, which is I'm really excited to make a bunch of aluminum. As I am going to be building up that pipeline network from our iron mine to our base. And it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to go very quickly because these pipelines have a very long range that they can do. I have on my other monitor here the pipeline specifications and such, so I know what the hell I'm talking about. The maximum connection distance for pipelines is 1 kilometer. So from the iron mine, I only really need like a couple pipelines and they will connect, which is awesome for sure. Although right now I am at high tide and I cannot dock, which is a very annoying thing, but that's all right. We will just plunk ourselves right there. We'll get out of our thing, and our inventory is already full because we already have some bauxite. So we're going to take this bauxite and plop it into the industrial refinery, and we can see that it gets started on the aluminum immediately. That aluminum is being taken out of there and heading on over into the plate stamp, which then is making me a bunch of aluminum plates, which is great. Although, what I think I want to do in the meantime, just for a little bit here, for the plate stamp, we're going to go and set this aluminum plate that I want on hand to 1,000. I essentially just don't want this thing to stop working because I need a bunch of aluminum plate. An absolute incredible quantity. At the moment, I've got that unknown signal way over there, which I should remove. Go away. And the solar tower is out of position, but that is because my only programmable block is on the wave rider, and that is not connected. Although, I wonder, would the programmable blocks work over the this kind of connection? It does make it a subgrid, right? Cool, it works. Using this thing here. Is this moving, solar tower? Hey, it's alive! It's searching for the power. Excellent. I don't actually have to connect these things. Although they are now in a position where I could connect them, so might as well. Come on, give me that switch lock. Boom! There we go. So, you are Mr. You're running right now because everything needs power. That's okay. The solar panels will be back into position very shortly here, and then we won't have to worry about that thing being running. It'll automatically turn off as the solar panels will create higher priority power for them. The main thing for me to do right now is just get all of this aluminum transferred over as we're talking about what we're going to do for this episode. So, now that we have some aluminum, which is absolutely wonderful and makes me very happy on the inside, we're going to need to start using it because we can finally start doing some massive cargo. I believe we can make large cargo containers now. Take a look. Clear off our bar. Get our different cargo containers. Steel plate-based computers, that's easy stuff. We just need the aluminum. We can make large, small cargo containers. A large cargo container needs a display. Okay, we don't have that. If I'm not mistaken, this microelectronics facility produces basic and advanced computers, thermocouples, sensor clusters, and displays. Okay, we want to make one of those because we can make that. It just needs aluminum and glass. We have those two things. Very easy to do. So we're going to see if we can build that stuff because I want to get a large cargo container so I can start storing lots of stuff. If not, we can just make a plethora of small cargo containers and just cope. Because what I could just do is I could just pop out these two conveyors here, these two armor pieces there, and boom, there's four cargo containers. All the cargo space that we could probably need for a little while. And I believe there is a little bit more in these. Okay, those transport crates are empty, and there should be some in the connector, and there's some in the medium cargo container. Okay, a few more trips here to get all the bauxite out. But we're going to want to set up that drilling rig at the iron node, so that way we can get a whole bunch of iron, so we can really start processing stuff. And also we can get some more stone, get some more gravel, because while I did overnight before I left for the bauxite mine, I built up a couple more guns. So I have a couple on this side and a trio on this side. They don't have ammo yet because I don't have enough gravel. So with the gravel compressor over here, I set it to produce a bunch. I guess I made 14. I threw a whole bunch of stone in there as I mined out my little diggy hole a bunch more, and then just sort of went, okay, here, I have this stone, I'm going on this trip. So I guess it made me 14 heavy compressed gravel rounds as I left. So I have to distribute those, just a few for each gun, so that I actually have some defenses. But making a drill punch at the other base and having that bring back a whole bunch of stone and iron as I reposition myself in my seat here would be absolutely wonderful. I can make pistons. I can make drills. Right? Yeah, I can make drills. Can't make the super high level quality drills, but that's okay. I can make large, heavy impact drills from the... Not sure if I'm pronouncing this correctly. Yeah, development? Whatever it is. But large, heavy impact drill. Fuck yeah. Can excavate huge chunks at a time. We'll put one of those in a piston. Yeah, stick that in the ground. That'll be absolutely awesome. But let's get this pipeline going, because I'm really excited about this. We'll leave the storage for another day. Don't worry about that yet. Today, this episode is about the pipelines. We got the pipeline hub. We're also going to get the power lines, because we want to be able to run power out to this thing from our production here. We are going to need a load of small steel tubes, metal grids, motors, and basic computers, a bunch of aluminum plate. We're also going to need a whole bunch more small steel tubes than normal. So what I should do is go to my extruder and let's just order up 1,000 of them, because we're going to go through. And what we can do is take our truck here, which I believe the truck is... Yeah, it's got plenty of fuel. 88%. We're good. So we're going to take the truck. We're going to grab the pipeline hub. And we'll successfully withdraw components for these pipelines and plug them in. Cannot withdraw 3 metal grids. Why can you not make metal grids? Grids right there. Why can't you withdraw them? Oh my god. You're just being silly now, aren't you? Okay. So I have a ton of stuff for pipelines. These are just basic computers, construction components, and steel plates. And they can't make the displays yet. But we'll just get the other stuff that we need. Basic semiconductor components, basic computers, and stimulants. Wonderful. Other than that, we'll find some girders, because we want to use concrete for the base stuff to save on... I guess I don't really need to save on iron. I could have so much iron, do I really need to save on iron? I wonder. I am at one assembly efficiency, though. It might be a good idea to use concrete. We use concrete. It's fine. We got girders to put down concrete blocks. We've got everything we need to do. We'll grab some stuff for as much as we can for the conveyor junctions and such, as we're going to need to put some of those down. And I think we've kind of taken out as much as we can here. And now the base is just processing hard. The solar tower is in position. I added a couple more solar panels to it, so just making a ton of power. If we take a look here into the control panel, solar panel, only producing, actually outputting about half of what they are capable of at the moment. So, ton of power available. H2O2 generators are working away, 3 that I have, and my my tanks here, my hydrogen tanks on the base here, one is full, and one is on its way, 80%. So we have hundreds of thousands of liters. You know, is this 1 million liters of hydrogen? Yeah, we almost have 2 million liters of hydrogen on the base, which is absolutely wonderful. Tons of fuel. And that's also a ton of battery, power storage, which is amazing. It'd be very helpful if I turn my wheels on. And turn my engines on. I keep forgetting I have to be like, come on, engine. Let's go. As we pull away from the base. And head on up into the iron mine. And let's get some pipelines. Yeah. Ugh. So I'm really excited about having a pipelines. I think it's going to be a really fun way to transport materials, and it's going to give me that that satisfaction of going, building something, and then just being like, damn right I built that, and now I don't have to drive this ever again because I've got the pipeline to do it. It's like when a very satisfactory-esque, Factorio-esque feeling to it, where you go damn right I built one of those pneumatic tubes or whatever they are in Satisfactory. I don't have to walk there anymore. I just jump in the tube and it takes me there. As we head to the iron mine. So, reading about the pipelines here on my right monitor. Place a pipeline hub on a block. Static grid anchored to voxel. The arrows on the pipeline hub indicate the direction of flow. You travel some distance forward and build another static grid and place another pipeline hub. There is a 10-degree tolerance, so the 2 pipeline blocks don't need to perfectly line up. Repeat until you build your network. Okay, so there's my little iron hole, and as far as I understand, I'm right on the edge of the thing here. Yeah, right on the edge. There's a giant iron field here. So I don't need to be right here on the edge. I can go a little bit further in if I want to, which is probably what I'm going to do. And that hole I'll just leave there as the legacy. This is my first little dinky hole that I made. Oh, it's so pretty, so wonderful, sort of feeling. And we will get to the, I want to say the top of the hill maybe. Somewhere where there's a relatively flat area that I can build on. This is a hill going downwards. Because I've got 10 degrees of flexibility with this pipeline mod. So I just wonder. I might want to build it here at the apex of this hill. Because it is just iron below me everywhere here. So I don't need to worry about them, like me being in the iron patch here. I guess just right here, right where these trees are. This is decent. Decent little spot to make a iron base. In which case, we go the base is that way. So let's grab out some girders so I can place down some concrete, some steel plate, some aluminum plate. Because we're going to go sort of aiming at the base there, but we'll get into gravity align, and we'll plunk down a concrete block. Actually, plunk down a couple of them. We'll put down a power line pillar here, because we're going to run power from out there to here. As far as I understand, I have to do that afterwards and it'll work. I can't do it prior because the pipelines won't connect if they're on the same grid or subgrid. I wonder here. He's saying something about... I'm reading something in this guide that the guy made. Let me just alt-tab for a second and look at this. Where he made an update to it recently. Pipelines will now wait a short time after the world is loaded before making their link. This is allow all pipeline blocks to load in, and then pipelines can be... So, I wonder if I connect the pipelines, then I connect all the power lines, and then I save and load, if that breaks it. But we're going to have to try that out. We're going to have to test this. We're testing it live here. We're going to figure it out. Because we're going to plunk a pipeline. Oh, right. We need to go a conveyor junction so we can actually access the bottom of the pipeline. And we're going to plunk a pipeline down here facing the direction we want, which is to the right. You can see the two little arrows on the pipeline model there. So now this pipeline is aiming in that direction. And we will get all the resources that we need to build said pipeline. Which I just have a bunch of stuff on me, so I'll just drop it back into here. Probably too much stuff. And I can withdraw the rest. There we go. Now, as far as I understand, I'll tab again real quick. I'll just copy his little... you can toggle helpful build visuals with pipeline toggle. So if you do it in pipeline toggle, it gives you this green cone of where the pipeline can connect to. So if I build a pipeline anywhere within this green cone, that one that I've already built will connect to it. Assuming, I believe, he says here that they will... they'll go through they'll go through grids, but not voxels. Yes, pipeline blocks do not need line of sight to the next block of the chain. This is blocked by voxels, but not grids. So I can have these actually go like into like inside a building, like go in a building, which would be actually kind of nice. And it would look good if you just had the pipelines coming in and you made a nice hole for it, and you had the pipeline block in there. So essentially, you just need line of sight in the essence of I can't have a piece of voxel in the way. So if I come down here, this might be a bit too low. So what I might need to do is have either move this closer to the apex of the hill so I don't need to worry about that as much, or I can go for a distance and then say... say here at the road, I could build a little tower up until it connects. Because I'm going to need to get across the road, and I want them higher up on the road, right? But for the meantime, I'm going to experiment a little bit. So we built that guy there. And then I'm just going to hippity-hop out here. And I want to connect up. Just throw down a light armor block. We'll throw down a pipeline hub, facing the right direction. Supply transport coming in. Hopefully it doesn't see me. I want to build up these 2 pipelines as a test, and then connect them. So them built, they connect, very good. Now, so its pipeline guide is gone, and the next one's there. So now I want to plunk down a couple power line pillars here. Build them up, connect them, save and reload, and see if that works it, essentially. I think that's all I need to be pipeline power line pillar. Simply. I'm basically saving myself from having to do massive, like, restringing of lines over lots of time. Because now we can take this one and move it over to here and connect it. That's a logical connection. And then I will save and exit. And we'll load back into the game real quick. And we'll see if they reconnect the pipelines. We'll see how their behavior works. Because this isn't just me experimenting. Because I'm really curious about this pipeline mod. I want to see how I can do it. And then the next test after this would be to, if this doesn't work, like the pipeline doesn't reconnect because I have them on the on like subgrid from each other, then what I need to do is figure out a way that I can say, I wonder if I go from grid to something that's a different grid, just like its own pipeline with no power, and then something that is back onto the power grid, would that connect? Because that's eventually what I want to be able to do at the end, right? Aha! So it doesn't connect. Interesting. Oh, wait, it did! It reconnected! All right! It works! And I can re-put in my pipeline toggle and see my new pipeline angle here that I can work with. I can probably go all the way to, say, this tree kind of area with my next pipeline. Because the pipelines don't need to go with these short distances that the power lines do. I can go as far as I want with the pipelines, essentially. They're a kilometer range. Like, I can literally put a tower right here and connect the pipeline and it'll connect. And then, like, super easy. Just... although I'm going to Alt-Tab real quick and go Space Engineers Tethers. Tethers mod. And I want to get the distances that are allowed on this thing. 2 static grid cable distance is 200 meters. 2 static grids is 200 meters. Okay, that's good to know. So what I can do is every 200 meters, put down a connection here, put down a pipeline, put down a power line. So we can go to here. We can put in a quick GPS. Boop, and get rid of this other unknown signal. Don't need it. And now I can hippity hop my way over here. Back to normal display. And we can find a spot that is 200 meters away. Or just shy of that. And within this green zone. Which would be, say... here-ish? 195? This is our next spot. Again, we're going to make sure that we're aiming towards the beach. And we can even aim up if we wanted to. We could aim down if we wanted to, sort of like arc over a hill, you know, if we needed to. We can plunk that there. And we can get that for the power line. I made this with the armor block. I don't want that. I want concrete. There we go. Concrete block. Get the power line down and in place, which is that orientation, and the pipeline. Are you in the right orientation, Mr. Pipeline? You are not. Turn you around. I need aluminum blades. Alright. So let's pop back to my rover here. And we can head off and just start driving home, building up the pipeline all the way home. It's exciting. I'll have to come back and string out the power later, but when I've got full jetpack. But I can at least build the pipeline on my way home. Deposit everything I have. Take out stuff for a pipeline hub. Check to make sure it's pointing in the right direction. Yes, it is. Hippity hop up there. And you can see it's got its thing off to the right there. Bada boom. It's connected. And I got 8% left. I want to see if that actually does work. Connecting through here. Can I please just build that up? There we go. I want to make sure the 200-meter intervals work for that stuff too. Because if it doesn't work for the power lines, then I'm going to have to put power lines in between, and it's going to look annoying. So I want to make sure this works. So I'll just run back there real quick. Or fly the last few percent real fast. Jet fuel is critical, and I'm out. Okay. And connect. Hey! 200 meters works. I am out of fuel, but that is okay. We have a pipeline going through, and it is literally through a tree. Alright, tree, you gotta go. There you go. Unfortunately, the environment needs to die for my power lines, my pipelines and power lines. I'm so green conscious right now. Okay. Got that stuff down. That is connected. That is functioning. And then we just get in and drive to the next spot that is reasonable to put down a pipeline. Which I'm contemplating. We may need to put it up on a tower. That way we can get it up over the road. Right here. We can put it on a tower. Before we go down too far down the hill here. At sort of near this tree sort of feeling. We'll make a little tower. Also, I need to make a new waypoint at every one. And remove the old waypoint so I can tell when I'm 200 meters away or not. Come on. Silly metal wheels. You suck so much. Please just drive up the hill. Which I guess would be, because that one was 200 meters away. This would be like when it's like almost 400 meters away. So somewhere around here. I made the other one when it was at like 95 meters. So like another 95 meters would be like 180, 90-ish. Like 390 sort of feel. Right? So somewhere right around here. And I literally can't park because I'm just sliding down the hill because this wheels suck. Okay. You're slowly sliding away, but that's okay, truck. I don't need you anymore. Boom. Okay. And then everything I need to build a pipeline. There we go. So now, I just need to build up a little bit of a tower. I'll use it with girders so I can make it a concrete. we're lined up with that, where the like 90 and 90 would be 80s. This would be the additional 80 out here. So this is going to be within the 200 meters. Right here. So then we'll make sure we're lined up with that. And we could do our little typical rotating tower going upwards. Like so. Up until we get to the top. In which case we'll have a pipeline instead of a other thing. Instead of a solar panel or something. Oh my god. Misplacing these things constantly. The real question is, when does it have line of sight here without getting into the voxel? Because I don't want to go up too tall here. Can I see that yet? Ooh, I can. I think I can just barely see from the voxel here. If I follow this line straight forward, I can just barely see the top of that tower. Perfect. Okay. So this is as tall as I need to make it. So what I should be able to do is have my little tower here and plunk my pipeline hub down in the middle of it. And this should connect. If not, I'll just go a block or two higher. It worked! Okay, let's check that. Oh, just scraping the voxel, just barely off the voxel here. Oh yeah, we're just going through the grass. It works. It works. Okay, so now with this tower, I just need to make a tower on this side. Just a little bit higher up. And of course, I'll come back in the future and weld all this shit up. And thankfully, these don't have collisions, so you can just walk through those. Whoa! And I can... No! Stop skipping away. I will come back and I'll weld all that up. And I'll maybe even make that look better than just a simple spiral tower. But this is just to get things working. Oh, right. And I need to freaking put a waypoint here so I can tell how far away this thing is. Get rid of the original one. New from position. There we go. Pipeline land in Space Engineers. So that's already 100 meters. It's already 150. Oh god, it's going to have to be in the middle of the road. Ah, that's not a good thing. I'm going to have to make another tower here right at the edge of the road. 150 meters away or so. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that. Yeah, as far as I can onto the road here. Probably right where the truck is being parked. Because I want to be able to drive through the center here, but not run into the pipeline. So probably right here we'll go up. We're still heading that direction. Although what I want to do here is I want to actually make this tower a little tilted. I'm kind of tempted to do that. And make this tower slightly tilted so that I get a better angle for going down the upcoming hill. Because I'm kind of concerned about that hill. Alternatively, if I gravity align this, what I need to do is I need to like put one pipeline hub, like put one hub here, and then put another hub right beside it, like that, so that I can aim down a bit, which might be the better option. So I can have my tower be straight up and down. So now I've got the guide up there. I can make myself another little tower. Heading on up to get into that green section there. so that it will connect. Because every time I do this, it is moving the entire sort of pipeline network slightly lower, as I'm going to go just as slow as I can into this green section, which I'm just barely touching it here. So I'll see if I can make that work. If not, to the right is slightly better. It is slightly better. I was slightly off the center of it. If I was one block over to the right, it would have been better. But I will just see if I can make this work. Build up my staircase so I don't fall and hurt myself. Grab what I need for the pipeline hub, which I am... What? 30 aluminum plates. They're right there! Oh, they're in the transport container. Blah, that's why it's not coming apart. Right. I just had this, like, brain melt at the moment of, like, why isn't this working? Oh, right. That's not how it works. Okay, but I'm into the green here, so I wonder... Don't fall off these towers now. I wonder if this will work. If I plunk the pipeline hub down here. Let me just place it and see if this will function. If not, I'll just have to move the tower over or whatever. Which is annoyance, but fine. It connected. Okay, good. So now its thing is broadcasting across, which will allow me to make another tower at the other end of the road. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I'll make a waypoint while I'm up there. Okay. Updated that waypoint. And now I can dash across the road. And make another tower. Which doesn't have to be tall at all. Look how low that gets. That's awesome. At, again, another 180 meter tower. Only 180 meters away. And that is the center right there. And I need to move the truck out of the way, because it's definitely in the way. I have enough girders. No, I don't. I need more girders. I don't have any more girders. Okay. I have to go back and get some more resources, which is probably a good thing anyway. I'm out of jetpack fuel. But we can see how close we're getting. And realistically, I think if I make a tower there, and then Oh, I know what I can do. I can come from that tower at the top of it, then I can, in the bottom of that pipeline, I can shunt down with some just conveyors, and then go into another pipeline that's now down at ground level, and then that pipeline will just go like 2 feet to another pipeline that is now angled down the hill to give me a shot down the hill. I think that'll work nicely. I think that would work. There we go. God, jetpack. Because realistically, it's not. I mean, it's in the air. It'd be very annoying. It'd be hard to build a tower up to reach this. But I could just here build a tower up and just get it directly connected in. Ah, it's so funny. But I think from here, yeah. Build a short tower to get into it, drop it down, get it onto the ground level, then aim it, like take it to forward to say here, and then aim it down the hill and shoot it actually down the hill with more pipeline stuff. Okay, no, I don't want to quick load. God damn it. Grab some more stuff for the conveyors. Grab some more stuff for the pipelines. We're still good on stuff to build tethers. That's good. We might need some more computers. Grab those. Grab the 70 of them. Grab those. Grab those. Grab all that stuff. Grab some rations and stuff too. This is my character. Hungry. Hungry and thirsty. Come on, drink that water. I know you want it. Fine, I'll just leave it in your inventory. You can drink it later. And then girders, so I can place more concrete blocks. Girders. There we go. Alright, got the 100 girders. Off we go. Back to the pipeline laying expedition. Alright, girders, and that'll be good for now. Let's get the girders in place. Let's go right to the edge of the road. So we're sort of bracketing the road with towers. That'll look good. We'll get the concrete block. And we don't need to go that far up here. This is fairly close to the ground. Just a few blocks tall. And we're there. Excellent. So we're already in the pocket here, so we can do this correctly. So we'll take the pipeline as I break my shins. There we go. And flip that baby around. Now, I need this to come out of the bottom of it, right? So I need the center column to be conveyor and not concrete. This is something that I've been wanting to do for the rest of these towers, is I need to now reinforce the staircase so that the staircase can freestand without the center pillar, and that's by putting slants on the other side. So I need to drop this center, which I need to block this up. Make that blocked off the ground. Because I need to remove that quickly so that I can put in a junction there, or some kind of conveyor. I'm going to need some steel plate to place that. I can do that with brackets. The conveyor thing with brackets. That sounds absolutely wonderful. Right there. Right here is going to be a junction, more than likely. Because I could just make it a curved conveyor tube, but then it would have no structural. So we can make that a junction. And then going up through the center is going to be the tube with brackets. Wonderful tube with brackets going up. Like that. We could even... I'll keep the brackets this way. Yeah, we'll keep it all the same way. And then from here, we plunk down it going to the right. And hey, it connected. Excellent. So this thing is not lowering it fast enough for my needs. This hill here is more than 10% drop, essentially. So by doing it this way, be able to drop this down. And then from here, this will come out to then a junction. I think I want to do one more tube, maybe. We'll put a few pieces of concrete here, too. And then we'll put a junction. And then we'll put a piece of pipeline hub. Which we need more stuff to do. Oh God. Why? Why are you shooting missiles at me? You're just putting freaking potholes in the road, dude. That's annoying. So, while this doesn't help in the long run in the sense that I've just lowered it by a few blocks, what this does, it allows me to then build up another little platform right here, but I can take this platform and I can bend it like Beckham. I can bend it and aim it straight downwards. So I can take this and I can go like this and aim it directly down towards the base. First, gravity align it. So I know it's all the other bits are flat, and then I aim it downwards like so. A couple blocks high to get into the thing there. And then build it. You'll connect to that, but now look at the difference between the two aiming spheres. One's aiming up here and one's aiming down here. So now I got a straight shot essentially. Like I can go from this position here and I could literally go down to all the way to my base. Like I could go all the way down to say like the base of the solar tower here, and I could have the pipeline go past the solar tower. Mwah. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Makes me wonder where I want this to connect. Because now I can basically just, as long as it's in view of the top of the hill there, which if I look from here, from this angle, yeah, I can pretty much see the entire base. I can drop this down and let's have it go on the left side? The right side of the solar tower. I think the right side of the solar tower is better because, you know, connecting up here and then that, I can see more of the infrastructure. Where on this side, I've got that little bit of a hill in the way, which would be very annoying to deal with. So I'm going to go down to about here and put down another bit of infrastructure. Get that thing shooting downwards. Let's go! And this is the easy part when I'm rolling down hills. No worries about this rover performing when I'm just having to use gravity. Not using any power, not using any hydrogen at all. And I'm kicking ass. Excellent. So it's still, I think it's still more than a 10 degree down to the base here. So I'm not tempted to put it onto the solar tower's grid, if you know what I mean. I think what I still want to do is I want to make a separate grid thing for it. I'm going to make it a little bit of a tower up, maybe about here. And I'm still going to aim it down a little bit towards the base, just so that it is guaranteed to get to the base quite easily and be a nice thing. And if I stand on top of this, I can see more than what I need at the base. Yeah. I'll be able to connect this quite nicely to something down there. Excellent. So then off the side of this, I'm going to just make this a nice little slopey thingy, which I think will look good. And I'll do the same on the other side. So it'll be this nice little with the power, with the pipeline pillar on top. Where is that? There is there, and that direction. Just need the stuff for it. Connect this thing up, and as we can see, that is covering basically the entirety of the base here. So what I should be able to do is I could even, I bet, put one on the side of this cargo container. with the butt this way, and it would connect up, and it would work fine. That, or I could move one of these turrets and put it onto the top there, or I can do all sorts of things. I can make this work. I think just doing it on the side actually might be kind of fun. But that is connected back there. And now we do the final bit. Down to the base. Park on up. And we'll reconnect you to the base. So that you're... turn your wheels off, turn your engine off, turn your detector off. Good little rover, you did your job. And now all I have to do is grab out what I need for this pipeline hub. And plunk this thing down. Is that the right direction it's facing? Yes, it is. Okay. Plunk this thing down right there. And this will work temporarily. I can always move these in the future, which is a good thing. That should connect up. Connect! Yes! It worked! Oh my god, yes! And then that's facing off into the water, which I can go and now toggle those off so I don't see them anymore. We have a connection back to our base that goes up the hill to this connection, which goes up here to this connection, which gets raised up and redirected, which then goes up here, over this hill, over all the way to the iron mine, which is a reasonable spot to put a drill rig. All right. Well, it's been a long episode, but I'll get this all welded up, all the little bits of it, as much as I can. I probably won't get all of the concrete welded up, that's for sure. But I will try to weld up all of the... well, I will 100% weld up all of the conveyors here. So this functions as a connection. You know what I'm half tempted to do? I'm half tempted to raise this by like 1 or 2 and just have this directly connect to that. And then cut this one out and cut that entire conveyor section out. I might do that. Because I'm realizing this doesn't look as jank as I thought it would look. I just need to raise this up like 1 or 2 blocks, right? Yeah, I just need to raise it up like 2 blocks, and then I can get it into this thing's cone, and then I can still have the same tilt, and it'll still connect to the thing down there, because that's basically a straight shot. There's enough of the 10% thing. Cool. All right. Well, I'm going to fix this up. I'm going to make this all pretty, and I'm going to make this functional. And bare minimum, what it means I can do is I can come over here, and I can put like a small cargo connector, like an access point here, essentially. And I can dump iron that I'm hand drilling in this area, and I can just dump it in, and I can just spend hours hand drilling. And just, it'll work. And it'll be awesome. Also, rig up all the power lines coming out here. When it comes to this section, I'll probably, because I made this really long, I'll probably have to build a separate power line going back, and then I can just directly tie that power line into where the solar tower is. Because I've already got a couple power lines coming forward where, say, the guns are and such. I'll just take from the power line here, and I'll just continue past, and then make my own separate line going out. So, in the next episode, I will have the pipeline and the power lines all connected up. Oh my god, that looks so cool from high up here. The pipeline going up and over the hill. I will have it all connected. I will have it all functional. And then in the next episode, we will build a drill rig with the stuff that we have available to us, which will allow us to get all sorts of iron available to us. And then we can start thinking about doing this to, say, the silicon mine. When they're that far away, 9 kilometers, I mean, these things have a kilometer-long range that they can connect up to. So I can literally get there with just 9 of these pipeline hubs. And then I just need to put some wind towers out there. Like, I don't really need to transfer power unless I'm going to do processing in situ, like at location, which I theoretically could here. I could have it, I could have a bunch of smelters out here if I wanted to, because I'm going to have the power lines, and I'm going to have the full power of the base there. Oh, this is so exciting. I really like this mod. But that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, and good hunting out there, fellow space engineers.